Hello there, how about a basket full of daffodils? Now I have made this into an Easter card, but you could use this for so many other things. It's just so springy, isn't it? We'll be using quite a few different die sets here. The spring daffodils, and I'm going to show you how to do the little trumpet parts. The elegant cross, I've used the words from it. Here is the Easter basket. Now this makes a 3D basket. That's what these parts are. We're going to show you how you can use it on just a flat card. Tulip twist to do a bit of embossing. And I've done a frame with the double pierced oval set B. Okay, let's pop these to the side. So I'm going to start with my embossing, since that's going to be my background. I'll give you a quick measurement on that. It is 6 inches by 7 1/4. I'm going to put that inside of the Tulip twist embossing folder. There we go. Remove that, bring in my raspberry adapter, pop that into place, give it a run. There we go. Once through, here's our Tulip twist, beautiful deep embossing on that. So I want to do some gilding polish on top of it. I'm going to use the Enchanted Gold. I do love this color. It's really subtle, so it just gives a nice little highlight without being too over the top. I'm going to bring in the applicator, take a little bit off, and we're just going to go over the top of the embossing with it. Nice little circular pattern. Just picks up that raised area on your embossing. There we go. If you want it a little deeper, you can push harder and add a little more product. You can have it heavier. It's totally your call, whatever you like. One of the things I love about crafting is it's just so individual. You can make everything so bespoke. There we go. Since I'm going to have a frame in the middle, I'm just going to go around the outside. No need to waste the product where it won't show. Quick and easy. Bring in a piece of kitchen roll, paper towel. Just give it a quick buff. That dries it and brings up the shine. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and seat that onto our background. So let me pop this out. And I've decided just to go white on white with my backing. So a simple white pierced mat with another piece of white card behind it. Mounting foam. Pop that into place. There we go. Okay, so the next step is I've gone ahead and I've cut an oval using the double pierced ovals, and I've just skipped a die in the middle to make it a little bit wider. I've added mounting foam and I've got most of it removed, so let me just go and take the last few pieces off. Cut it in sections. You don't want to have anything sag on your frame, so I've just put it all the way around here. And one of the things I want to do with this is to seat it over an oval that's got double-sided sticky adhered to it. So I've just got a piece of white card, double-sided sticky on it. Peel that off. I'm going to pop this over the top. Should just about catch the edge of it. There we go. I've got a little fingerprint on that. Let's see if we can find some way to hide that. Now, because it's all sticky here and I want to glitter this, I'm going to be adding my basket. So just a little tip is to add a piece of mounting foam right about where you think your basket's going to go. So that looks like about right. So if I pop that right there, I don't have to worry about gluing onto that sticky. So let me just grab a piece of copy paper. Pop that into place, and I can put the diamond sprinkles all the way around that. Just give it a little shake around and take off the extra bit. There we go. So that is now nicely glittered to give a pretty background for our basket. Okay. There we go. We can even go ahead and adhere that with some glue on the back. Get that on there. There we go, a little bit more. Put that into place in the middle, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Just about like that. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut the basket, and I've just used a craft card here, and this is the way it cuts. You've got an outer cutting die, you've got the inner decorative die, and then this piece will cut the inside of the handle and your flap. So to cut those all together, you end up with this. So for this particular card, I'm going to remove the flap here, and you can kind of sort of just cut directly off that emboss line that's there. Take that piece out. I'm going to take the little tab out, and I'm going to cut this base off, and I think I'll use my paper cutter to make sure that's nice and straight. Just line that up. There we go. I've done the same thing with a backing of a chestnut brown, so let's just add that together. I'm going to use a little bit of spray glue on the base and around the handle, and just add a tiny bit of glue around to make sure it adheres nicely. Little bits. Pop that into place. Get it all lined up. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a nice basket. So I've gone ahead and done a whole bunch of the daffodils, but I've left one to show you. So when you cut your daffodil, what I recommend doing is cutting it in a solid color for your stem, nice green, and then cut it again in whatever color you want. Daffodil's traditionally yellow, so I've gone with that. And I've just nipped away the stem on that one. Going to pop this over the green, and if you're at all uneasy about lining it up, you can literally take off the edges there and just leave enough to glue to. I'm going to try and get it lined up right on top of there. Okay, give that a second. And now this piece here gives you a three-dimensional trumpet. There's also this little guy here. If you want a flat trumpet that can go just right on the top of your flower as an extra piece, you can use that one. This one's a little more difficult to explain, so you kind of have to see it. So I'm just going to fold these, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue and fold these little, what I call the teeth part in. Just give them a little fold. Okay, put a little bit of glue on those and on one of these sides. And this is fiddly, I apologize. I've got a lot of finger here to hold things, so it's not going to show incredibly well, but you're just gonna literally pop this around into and around each other there. And then get the bottoms to curve inward. Hold that for a second. And let me try and use some of my tweezer. That might actually help a little bit there. I need a tiny bit more glue right there. Give that a second to set up. And then what you want to do is just bend it backwards a little bit at the tip once it's adhered. Okay, put a little bit of glue in the center of your daffodil. There we go. Pop that down onto that. I find it's easier to kind of push them outward once it's down. You can get it to go a little bit more. And if you want to bring in a little bit of a yellow ink just to hit the tops of that, this is mustard seed distress ink. Brings out a little detail, and you can go around the edge and add a little bit of color to the flower too. So you've got more of a three-dimensional looking daffodil that way. Okay, so now I've got quite a few of them here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of mounting foam on the back. I'm going to try to arrange these. Let's see, I've got a bunch of different styles of the daffodils, some of the shorter ones, some of the taller ones. So I'm just going to try to pop them in so it looks fairly good. Catching a little bit of the mounting foam down there. And maybe like this. What's nice is with the mounting foam, you can kind of rearrange it and change it a little bit. It's not set in stone. It's not permanent yet. Pop that down there. Okay. Here's another one. We'll have that kind of going out like that. And I think I'll use one of these little ones kind of going off to the side. In fact, I tell you what, let's push that one down a little bit lower. And I've also done a few of these where I've just cut the heads off, so I've got some greenery. We can just fill in some of our other areas with some color, and it's a slightly different shade of green. So you can just play around with that and get it exactly how you like. And if you run out of mounting area where it's sticky, you can add a little glue to it. I like the way that looks. So I've got just a cute little basket here. So remember this piece that we left in place so we didn't have to worry. Now we can pop our basket onto that so it doesn't have to worry about sticking to anything. There's a cute little bow on the Easter basket. I'm going to add that right there. And I've done the Easter blessings. You could even put mini blessings if you didn't want to use it for Easter. And I'm just going to use a bit of spray glue on the back of this and on this one. There we go. Tiny bit of glue right in the middle here and some little spots to make sure it's going to stick. We'll pop that onto the bottom of the frame. You could even just leave it to say blessings. That would work too. And a little bit here on the top. There you go. But isn't that pretty? You've got an absolutely gorgeous card there. That basket is so nice, and it works as a 3D basket and as a flat card, so it's really versatile. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's so many more there for you.